It's Madden NFL 24. And front and center is Sam Laporta. Always staying busy, he's your league leader in receiving yards. It's the Lions and the Seahawks, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
Renamed in late 2020, there's a look at Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Detroit Lions. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And he returns this to the 22. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it, because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Howell, another throw on second down. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Howell throwing on third down here. And that is incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
That's pulled in at the 32. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42, and the Lions will take over. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They'll be led out by the former Cal Bear, Aaron Rodgers.
There have been very few quarterbacks in the NFL who have been as consistent throughout their career as Aaron Rodgers. He's been good for so long, and we've seen no decline in his skills. His accuracy and arm strength continue to elevate the talent around him, and his in-game mistakes, few and far between.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Rodgers. Well, he caught. It's St. Brown. And he's brought down at the 19 after a gain of 19. First down in the red zone. Here's Rodgers to throw. Touchdown! Jameson Williams, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And it's now a 7-0 game. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was Jameson Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's second down. Rodgers going to throw. Over the middle and taken in by Laporta. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a first down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it second down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He'll go right back to St. Brown. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And now it's 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And he's unable to haul it in. So it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field. And that brings up 4th. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Lockett, the motion man right. They'll fake the jet sweep and go instead with Walker. And he's able to get up here to the 26. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. First down, Howell to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. And now it's second down. You talk about this Lions defense. They're just below the cut line for top half of the league. 17th in the NFL against the run.
Stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out. Being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. The slot man in motion right. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. The numbers for Walker last week, north of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll try for the first with Walker. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. So out now come the Lions. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. Up to the 20. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
And the Lions first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. He stiff-arms him, escapes the defender. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll go again with Gibbs. And he'll get what he can up the middle. 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7.
Throwing is Rodgers.
He's got it complete to Gibbs.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 14.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's second down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 6.
Now it's Rodgers.
Throw over the middle. He finds Williams. And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. 10-0 the score after 1. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Gibbs.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal.
Gibbs again.
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown.
Jahmyr Gibbs with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to widen their advantage. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. And we will get another look at Seattle's offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that.
Walker hit and the ball is out. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. So they recover their own fumble. Now they face 3rd and short. Howell now to throw it.
And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's 4th.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Pulled in at the 24. And a 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10. But Jahmyr Gibbs and the rest of the offense headed back out.
At his current pace, sure looks well in line for a 1,000-yard season. But some of the older folks watching that remember the 12-game seasons in the NFL probably say, man, it was a lot harder to do that back then.
Yeah, even the 14-game seasons. And, you know, when we talk to those veteran runners, some of those guys who wear gold jackets, right, and appear in Canton, they look at this and go, you know, it's kind of like going to school and taking 5 years to get your degree instead of just 4.
A victory lap. Well, they also used to walk uphill to school both ways.
In the snow.
In the snow. And milk was 5 cents. Hey, but he's having a great year, not to take anything away from him.
And the Lions 1st down.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. From the 43, here's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 43-yard line.
And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones.
Oh, what a move.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
Peoples-Jones. A gain of 22 yards. 1st down, Detroit.
On 1st down, Rodgers. That is caught at the 7. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
They'll run with Gibbs.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jahmyr Gibbs
with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Lions are able to widen their lead here in this first half. So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to having a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the route is on here in this first half. And just shutting him off there.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
They'll go play action. Howell. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
Oh, and that's kind of how it's gone for him so far. That was a ball they need to get back in this game. A quick strike, a big play. But he led his guy too far, and it winds up over his head.
And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Jahmyr Gibbs and the Lions offense getting set once again.
He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A gain of 13 yards. 1st down, Lions.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. Touchdown, Detroit.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
57 yards.
And the Lions have opened the lead up to 30. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the route is on here in this first half.
Seahawks nothing.
And able to get this out to the 25. The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Amon-Ra St. Brown and the rest of the Detroit Lions getting set for another series here.
Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defense, is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
The 1st down screen pass, good for 5.
2nd and 5.
At the 29-yard line.
Rodgers now to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And his crew will take over with the football at the 35-yard line.
So that potentially an important takeaway here in this 2nd quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
And out now come the Seahawks.
And now they start in plus territory following that turnover as they'll try to get some points here before halftime. Powell to the air on 1st and 10.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Here's 2nd and 10. And Howe will throw it.
And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Howe, he'll look to throw it.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. We're starting to get near the home stretch of this NFL season. It's Week 13, so let's get an update on what's going on. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Tyler Boyd leading the way with 3 touchdown catches. From there, let's head west.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter. Now Donovan Peoples-Jones fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3.
The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them, because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
At the 23-yard line.
Rodgers to throw on second down. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Counter play. Here's Gibbs.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
That is exactly what you needed defensively. It's a long road back from here, but that's a good start to the second half as they force a punting situation and a 4th down.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
Now it's Lockett. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. And that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
The Lions offense set to take over. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
On play action, now Rodgers. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And the Lions first down.
Gibbs straight ahead. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
So they'll get nothing out of that play. 3rd and 7 now.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Throw left side complete. That's Mitchell. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 22-yard line.
First down, Detroit.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
From the 20, here's the 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 20-yard line.
Now Rodgers.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. Now they'll bring one of their tight ends in motion right.
Gibbs will try and pick it up.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
There have not been a lot of great moments for this defense throughout this game. Finally, they have one they can hang their hat on. A nice stop there.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
I got to think at this point, 3rd quarter, if you're able to hold on to the ball, get 3 at the end, that's all you're looking for.
I would agree with that, because right now, this is a job well done by them. In fact, it's almost time for handshakes, a little dap on the sidelines, maybe even start to discuss post-game plans. And for the guys who haven't played yet, go ahead and get loose. Your time is now.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Sticking with Walker on second down.
That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
3rd and 1. Howell's going to throw it. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
On the counter, it's Walker.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13.
3rd and 13.
Throwing here, Howell.
And that is incomplete.
And you can tell just by looking at him that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together, as that brings up another 4th down.
That's taken on the 25. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give him 5 on the return. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter.
You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 46-yard line.
They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Montgomery on the counter. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down. You're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers.
And he is going to have the Lions first down. It'll wind up being a gain of 5 there on 4th and 2.
A gain of 5. And the Lions first down.
Rodgers going to throw.
This one swung out to Montgomery.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up
2nd down and a yard.
18-yard line.
Here's Rodgers. It's caught. Mitchell.
And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
1st and goal, Detroit.
Rodgers to throw once more. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the former Husky, Marcus Peters.
And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field. But sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given. And it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple.
28-yard line.
Here's Howell.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. So no gain on the play, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
Gain on the play. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Howell out of the shotgun. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On 1st down, Howell.
Left side complete to Lockett. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
2nd and 11 at the 39-yard line.
Now Howell.
To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
3rd down and 6.
3rd and 6.
Now a draw play. It's Walker. And no room that time. Getting it to about the 46. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
At the 21-yard line.
Back to Montgomery on second down.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Returnable for Lockett. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4. The Seattle now ready to mark. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Detroit, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, it was a win they needed to turn the season.